All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. This is week 1 of our onboarding program. What this is going to consist of is every single Sunday at 6 o'clock for the first couple of weeks, and then we'll actually move it to 7 after a few weeks so I can finish the onboarding session for the previous group. And we're going to meet. The calls will range anywhere from like 30 minutes up to about 1 hour or so. The week 1 call is a little bit longer, so just kind of be mentally prepared for that. It is very much so going to be me kind of going over kind of basics of MFL. I'm going to talk about some homework stuff. We're also going to talk about some marketing tips and tricks as well. So let's go ahead and let me get going, and I will do a quick screen share. 1 second. All right. Okay, so please go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Ooh, spider. All right, so the very first thing that we're going to talk about is we are going to go over the different kind of platforms that we use here at MFL. So these are going to be the kind of core ones that we utilize. The very first one is going to be Bamboo HR. Bamboo is our human resource platform. This is where everything employee and independent contractor is housed, meaning your contract is housed here, your certification certificates are housed here, your information for payroll is housed here. There's also some education things on there as well, just for your reference. Don't feel like you have to go through any of that, but there's also a lot of information for resources on there as well. There's also an important phone number and important people to contact if you ever have a question. But really anything HR related is going to be housed in Bamboo. The second one is our EMR system, and that is Aesthetic Record. Aesthetic Record is our electronic EMR. It is also our point of sale. Our POS is housed here as well. So everything patient related is going to happen in Aesthetic Record. And then we also utilize WhatsApp. WhatsApp is the platform that we use for communication for product movement only. This is not the place to be asking questions or to be, hey, how do I do this or how do I do that? The WhatsApp group is solely for product movement and for telemedicine. So if you do have a question, please don't ask questions on that because it can kind of get lost in the thread. So any questions that you have is going to be the final platform that we use, and that's going to be the Facebook groups. Now, as a brand new injector, you are a part of 2 Facebook groups. The very first one is going to be your onboarding Facebook group, where this call will be recorded and it will be uploaded to your individual group Facebook groups. The second Facebook group that you are going to be part of is going to be the All MFL Injector page. That is for you. You can ask any and all questions. You can post before and after pictures. I post education things on there. We also do some kind of fun prizes as well. Every now and then I'll go on and I'll do like a pop quiz, and all the people that answer will actually throw you into a little electronic wheel, and we'll give a $5 gift card away to Starbucks or something like that for everyone who answers. We have a winner chosen. So 2 different Facebook groups. That first Facebook group, that onboarding group, will actually go away once this onboarding group is totally complete. So that one, it will be deleted, and that will be used for the next group. So just kind of know that. Any questions on the 4 platforms we use? So Bamboo, Aesthetic Record, or WhatsApp. Sorry, something in my eye. Any questions so far? Nope. Perfect. Okay. Oh, sorry, there's something in my eyeball. The second thing that we're going to go over are the different reward platforms that we utilize here at MFL. The very first one is Ally. Ally, it used to be called Brilliant Distinctions. Ally is responsible, that is Botox's reward program. So through Allergan, it's called Ally, and this is for Botox. So if your patients are Botox users, they can recoup rewards from from Ally, and I believe it's $20 every single 90 days after the first one. So they don't get any credit for the first time that they use Botox, but the second time and any time after that, every 90 days, I believe $20 automatically gets uploaded into their platform. I'm so sorry, guys. There's an eyelash in my eye. The second reward platform that we use is Aspire, and this is for Dysport. So Dysport will actually give you $20 off the very first time you use it, and then again, every 90 days, you will actually get $20 automatically put into your account that you can use. And then also, anytime if a patient gets, I think it's any other product, like if they get Restylane, or if they get any other Galderma products, then they can actually get additional rewards for that as well. So let's say that they get Dysport and then they also get Restylane Kiss. That next time, instead of $20, they'll get $40 to use. So every single product that they use, they get an additional $20. Oh my goodness, why is my eyeball hurting me? And then the very last one is going to be Evolus. Evolus is Jeuveau, and they actually give $40 off. And that's for first-time users, and then again, every 90 days. Now, the reason why I love this so much is, especially for a brand new injector, if you are trying to get people through your, let's say, virtual door, or you're trying to kind of build your clientele, I will actually give away free lip flips. How this works is you can go on Facebook, or you can go on Instagram, or however you want to market yourself. And we'll kind of talk about this here in a little bit as well. But you can say, I can give away, and I'm throwing out a number, 10 free lip flips this month. You can say whatever number you want. And the way that it works is it has to be a brand new patient that gets Jeuveau. They get $40 off. You do a $15 appointment fee, and then you do a lip flip with just the 2 injection points. And I think it comes out to like $13, $14 a unit. So you do 2 units, and then you do the $15 appointment fee, and then you do the $40 off. It is essentially free for the patient. You still get paid the $2 and something cents out of the appointment fee. But what's so great about that is now you have a patient that's already in your system, and they can continue to kind of come back to you. So especially if you're hurting for patients and you're trying to kind of meet your numbers at the very end of the quarter, or just trying to try out, do this. This is a great way to kind of build your clientele. All right, so we're going to go over aesthetic record. Okay, so the very first thing that you have to do is you have to add the patient to aesthetic record. So we're going to kind of watch this quick little video and how this works. So you are going to do all of this from the app. Okay, so you're going to download the aesthetic record app, and you need to first manually add the patient. Once you add or open the app, you're then going to click these little 3 white dots down here in this blue little bubble, and it's going to open up another menu. From here, you're going to hit the little plus button. And then it's going to open up this little menu. At this point, I usually give the phone to my patient and say, please fill this out. I need everything from phone number on up. Anything after phone number, I really don't need. So, I mean, if the patient wants to put their address in there and stuff like that, they absolutely can. But for my purposes, I really need from your phone number on up. So I'm going to go ahead and create a fake patient. And I recommend that you create yourself as a test patient so that you can kind of practice with AR. Please just do not check yourself out, but that way you can kind of add things in there and kind of do that. So when you create your test patient, please make it your first name, and the last name will be test. So that way we know that it is not a real account. So I'm going to type in Anne for the first name. And then the last name, I'm going to put test. And I think I've done a couple of tests. So this is test number 2. I am a female. I'm going to put my date of birth. I actually put my real date of birth in here. So September 13th, which means I'm about to be 40. And then I am putting my email address and then my phone number. And I use a fake email just because I've done several test accounts. Okay, and then once that is all done, I kind of scroll down just so you can see the additional information that's provided. Again, the patient does not have to do this. If they want to put their Ally account number and they have it on hand, they absolutely can. If they want to put their address in here, but there's also something in here that says insurance information. We do not need that. So please don't tell the patient we don't utilize that. So scroll all the way down just to show you the other things. And then once you're finished, you're going to hit that little save button in the upper right-hand corner. Now this patient is officially a patient in aesthetic record. So before they can book with you, before they can do anything like that, they must be created in aesthetic record. So please do that first. So I'm actually going to pause right here, and I'm going to undo the screen share. And how do I get this? Stop share. And I'm going to have everyone go ahead and if you can, please open up aesthetic record. And if you want to take, please turn your video on, and you can unmute yourself so we can kind of talk through this. So I am going to have you open up aesthetic record, and you're going to create yourself as a test patient. So please go ahead and turn your video on so we can kind of walk through this. Video. Fell out. Okay. Can everyone unmute themselves? Give me a thumbs up. You can unmute yourself. There we go. Mandy.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Chelsea, can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Okay. And then it says iPhone. I don't know who iPhone is. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to have y'all go ahead and open up aesthetic record on your phone. And then I'm going to be able to look and make sure y'all do it correctly on my side. So please open up aesthetic record. And it will look just like this. So make sure it is that little blue icon right there. So it's white background and it has blue. So please go ahead and open it up. And you're going to create yourself as a patient. Okay. So you're going to hit the three little dots right at the bottom right-hand corner. And then hit that plus button for me. You can see that plus button right there. Hit plus. And then you're going to type in your first name, and then the last name will be test. And then please fill everything else out from there. And this is also where you can do, you can play, like I said, you can play with charting on there. For self-injections, you can utilize this as well.
Okay.
Give you a few more minutes to go ahead and complete all that. And again, you're going to fill everything from phone number on up. And once you have done that, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up and I can move on. And then I'll check it in AR and make sure you're there. Perfect. Thank you, Mandy. I'm sorry, I don't know who this iPhone is. Okay, Chelsea, are you good to go?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to search for y'all to make sure I can see you. So yep, I see Mandy test, and let me refresh. And then Chelsea. And then did you just put Chelsea test?
Yes.
Okay. CHELSEATEST. Chelsea, where do you live? What state?
In Texas. So in Scurry. It should be on there now, I do believe.
Okay, try it again. Nope, not yet.
Let me see.
There you are. Perfect.
Okay, cool.
Just popped up. Okay. So that is how you create a patient in AR. Okay. So everyone starts there. The second thing that you have to do is you have to book your appointment. Okay. So I'm going to do another screen share and I'm going to show you what this looks like. Okay. So let me go back to screen share. Okay. So now we're going to book the appointment. Back, patient. Okay, so what you're gonna do here is, again, you're gonna have that app opened. And once you have that app opened, this time you're gonna press those three lines, those three blue lines in the upper left-hand corner. Once you do that, it's gonna open up another menu. And you can see that the clients right now is highlighted in blue and all the other ones are grayed out. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna click on calendar. Okay, so go ahead and click on calendar on your phone. Once you click on calendar, it's then going to open up your appointments. Now, if you have not opened up your schedule, there is a graphic on Facebook for you to do that. You have to manually do that. The reason why we don't do that for you is because we don't want to go in and say you have unlimited availability and someone try to go and book with you. So that is the reason why we do not do that for you. You can actually go in there and customize when you are available. Now, I personally put that I'm open 24 hours a day, but I don't ever give anyone my booking link. So some injectors will actually hand out their booking link to people, and so they will book by themselves. If you do that, then they could book whenever they want. So that's the reason why we don't do that. So we're giving you the option of how you would like to kind of run your business. So if you do not have availability to do that, then everything will be grayed out. So you're going to click on your name. So that will be the location. Once you click on that location, you're then going to select the service that the patient is going to be getting. For a brand new injector, you are not going to have all of these things available. However, you should have neurotoxin, B12, chemical peel, microneedling, and upneek. You will not have filler yet. If you are missing something, please let us know, but you should not have filler or Kybella yet. So just kind of know that. You're going to click on the service that the patient is going to be getting. So this particular patient is going to be doing a neurotoxin only. And then you're going to select on the provider. Now, this is where it will be grayed out. Okay, so you can see anything prior to August 20th is grayed out. That's because obviously I'm no longer available because that time has passed. If your entire month of August is grayed out, that means that your calendar or schedule is not opened yet. And that's when you need to go and follow that graphic of how to open up your schedule. And that will be done on the .com. Okay, so there are very simple instructions to follow on how to do that. If you have any difficulty, please reach out to us and we can help assist you. So you're going to click on the date and the time that you want this patient to schedule. So you click on the date and you can see I have my schedule wide open so I can really kind of select any time. Select the time. And then from here, now your screen might look a little different. That's just because the app recently had an upgrade. So please don't be concerned if your screen looks slightly different, because I think it updated like a week or two ago. You're going to start typing in the patient's name. And once you start typing in that patient's name, it'll auto-populate. And all of their information will pop up. And then you're simply going to hit next in the bottom right-hand corner. And then you're going to send the notification. Now, the reason why we do this booking step is because it is legally mandated that we send patient pre and post instructions because it is a medical procedure. You must book an appointment because this will satisfy that legal requirement, because it will automatically send the patient the pre-instructions. And then once you close that patient out and you send them their invoice, it will automatically send them their post instructions as well. That is why this step is absolutely crucial and mandated by all of the states for medical purposes. So please make sure you are booking your patients. And then once you've done that, you are finished. And that has booked the patient's appointment at that time. Okay, so I'm going to stop screen share again. And now I'm going to have you book yourself your own appointment. Okay, so please let me know if your schedule is not opened up. And if it's not, then I will highlight that graphic on the Facebook page so you know how to do that. So please go ahead and book yourself an appointment now. So you're going to simply open up that app. Again, you're going to hit those three dots in the upper right-hand corner. And you're going to go to calendar. And please follow the steps. If your schedule is not opened up, then just let me know in the chat and then I can send you that graphic again. Perfect. Thank you, Mandy. Chelsea, are you able to open up your schedule? I'll need the picture again to open up the schedule. Okay, not a problem. I'll make sure that I resend it on the WhatsApp group and the Facebook page. Okay, so then that way you can do it after this call. All right, so once you've added the patient and scheduled the patient, now let's talk about charting. Okay, I'm going to go through a very kind of basic chart with you. So again, let me do a screen share and go back. And again, you are going to open up that app. And you want to search for that patient. So you can click those three dots in the bottom right-hand corner and hit that magnifying glass, type in the patient's name. If they have a very common name like Jennifer or Ashley, please type in the patient's last name. Or you could type in the first and last name. Otherwise it's going to pull up 1,000 Ashleys. Once you find the patient, you can go ahead and simply click on their name and you are able to see every single procedure they've ever had within MFL. So I select Jeremy Thompson and you can see how many different appointments that he's had in the past. So I can look at different providers. I can see what they did. I can look at their markings. Once you've opened up the patient's chart, you're going to click this plus sign in the upper right-hand corner, and you're going to simply select cosmetic. Okay, even if you're doing IV hydration or a chemical peel, always select cosmetic. Because this patient's a male that I chose, it's going to pull up all the kind of male anatomy. We're always going to be dealing with the human face. So please select the face. And then this is where it's going to auto-populate that appointment that I booked. Simply select that appointment and you will see a little blue check mark will apply. And then you're going to hit next in the upper right-hand corner. And then this is where you verify that the provider and the clinic match. So the provider is going to be your name and the clinic is going to be your name as well. Then you will simply hit next in the upper right-hand corner. The very next screen is going to be the questionnaire. For a brand new patient, you simply select the new patient questionnaire. If it's an established one, select the established patient. This is an established patient, so I select that one. And nothing has changed in the patient's medical history, so I'll put answer no to all. Once I do that, I'm going to hit save in the bottom right-hand corner. And then I'll hit next in the upper right-hand corner. This is my consent, again, legally mandated by law. So please make sure that you are doing your medical consents. The COVID one has now since gone away. You will simply select the neurotoxin. If you're doing filler, you'll select that one as well. I also suggest doing the before and after photos so that you can utilize it for social media. And then also, if you are a registered nurse, you'll be selecting the telemedicine consent as well. And I'm simply showing you all the different consents that we have here at MFL. So we have the UPNEEQ ones, we have semaglutide, we have microneedling, B12, Kybella, all of it. Once you select your consent, at this point, I will usually give my phone to the patient and I say, once you finish reading, please hit that sign button in the upper right-hand corner. I don't simply do that for them. I'll actually hand them my phone. That way they have the ability to read the consent if they would like. And then go ahead and the patient can initial in the big box. And then since I've selected multiple consents, please make sure you double check this box at the very bottom of the left-hand screen. And then hit the little floppy disk, which apparently means save, but a lot of our younger people don't know what that means. And then once you've done that, this is when you will upload all of your pictures. I take all of my pictures on my phone. And so I do that prior to opening up my app. So I say, okay, face relaxed, look angry, eyebrows up, smile, turn to the right, smile, turn to the left. So quick 5 pictures. And then from here, this is where I'll upload them. So then I'll select all 5 and I will take it in that exact order as well. And then for this particular patient, I don't actually use the photos. I just use the template. Please actually use the photos of the patient, because that way, this is where the before and after pictures Laura had kind of talked about in training that will really kind of save you the headache in the future. Okay, now everything has been done, and simply hit start. So that is how you get all the way from booking or from putting the patient in NIR to booking the appointment to then doing consent and doing all that. Now the procedure can start. I know that kind of seemed like a lot, but really once you get fast at it, this takes less than like 3 to 4 minutes. And it kind of goes through it. If the app is running slow, hop on the patient's Wi-Fi, and that will make it run significantly faster, especially if you're out in an area where your signal is not great on your phone. So make sure you're hopping on your patient's Wi-Fi. From here, this is where you're actually going to be charting your patients. It's very simple to do. So you're going to hit that plus button. The very first thing you always want to do is you want to pay yourself. So you're going to click on the retail side, and this is where you can choose the consultation fee amount that you would like to choose. It ranges anywhere from $15 to $55. Remember that MFL takes $2.50 out of each appointment fee. So please make sure that you are charging it. I always charge at least $25, unless I'm doing the free lip flip, and then I'll do $15 for that. Or if it's a family or friend, I can do that too. Once you select it, then you will simply select and hit add to chart, add to procedure. And now the appointment fee is done. Then you're going to repeat, you're going to hit that product button, and then this is where you can select the different products that the patient is going to get. Now, if the patient qualifies for a neurotoxin tier, meaning if they get over, I believe it's 80 units for Dysport or over 40 units for Botox or Jeuveau, anything under that, you're simply just going to select product. If they do qualify for a tier, you'll select the variant, and then you can choose the appropriate variant for that charge. So I select Dysport for this particular patient, and this is actually going to be part of your homework for this week. So you're actually going to have to upload a screenshot of how much Dysport that you did for your patient. So your homework is you're going to have to chart 50 units of Dysport for the glabella. So simply double tap on the patient, and then you're going to do 5 injection points right in the glabella. Once you do that, you're going to hit that save button in the upper right-hand corner. And then you're going to hit that back button. Fast forward it just a smidge. There we go. And then you're going to hit take payment. You are going to screenshot that take payment section so I can see and make sure that you chose the right product, and then also that you have the right amount, that you have your appointment fee on there and you have Dysport. You don't necessarily have to choose a $55 consultation. I just need to see a Dysport on there and a consultation fee for your homework for this week. So that is how you are chart. And then the very last thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing your note section and then your traceability. Now, no one is going to have traceability available at this time because you have not had your launch parties yet. Once you have your launch parties and you start ordering product, that's when we'll kind of talk about traceability. But prior to that, you're just going to do simply the add note section. So you're going to click on that add note. Let's go by here. Once you click on that add note, we utilize dot phrases. So if you're familiar with Epic, Epic does the same thing. So you'll simply hit the period on your phone and it will auto populate all of your different assessments that are kind of pre-filled out for you. Now, once you select the appropriate assessment, you have the ability to go in there and kind of tweak it and kind of customize it however you want. This is where it's important if the patient has an eyebrow that's up or down, or if the patient elects to not do full dosing because of budget. All of that information is in there. That way, it kind of saves you a headache in the future. So you'll select if you're an APC, or meaning if you're a nurse practitioner or a physician assistant, you will select the APC toxin. If you're a registered nurse, you're going to simply hit the RN toxin. So I'm going to walk through it and you can see what that looks like. So I hit the APC toxin one and then hit save. And then that is my assessment. So that's going to be your homework for today. And it has to be complete by the end of this week. So, and it's going to be on that Facebook page. You'll simply just screenshot it. And then so that way I can kind of check everyone has got it done. Now, the next thing that we're going to go over is the telemedicine protocol. Let's start over. Charting. There we go. The telemedicine protocol. If you are a registered nurse, this is where you will follow that protocol. Now, you also have a WhatsApp group as well, and you should have already been put into your WhatsApp groups for Texas and for Virginia. Now, if you are in the Texas group, Lauren is always going to be your go-to. If you are in the Virginia one, Tanya is always going to be your go-to. Now, if for whatever reason Tanya or Lauren are not available, that is when you will utilize the word code tele if they are not getting to you. So I know that Ashley went over the telemedicine protocol in detail during MFL day, but a quick recap. Please only post your patients for that day. So let's say that it is 9 o'clock in the morning and I know I have a patient at 5 p.m. At 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to go into my telemedicine group and I'm going to say new patient at 5 p.m. And then you're going to see a bunch of thumbs up. Okay, please ignore the thumbs up. That is not for you. The thumbs up is for Lauren. So Lauren might thumbs up you, or I might, or Ashley might. The only reason why I am thumbs upping it, or Ashley is so that we are letting Lauren know that we can potentially be her backup if she's in surgery or if she has something come up. So the thumbs up is just for Lauren. Lauren may or may not thumbs up it, so just know that. Once you have your patient sitting in front of you, you are then going to mark the patient. You're going to have all of their pre-charting complete, meaning their assessment, their appointment is going to be booked. You're going to have their photos in, all of that. The patient is also going to be marked. You are then going to individually text on her cell phone. Do not use WhatsApp. You will text Lauren 5-minute warning. That lets Lauren know that in 5 minutes, she needs to be ready for telemedicine. Then once that 5 minutes is up, simply go ahead and log into Lauren's link for Doxy, and that's where you will do your video assessment. If for whatever reason Lauren does not log in within that 5 minutes, that's when you will go in and hit code. You will say code tele on that WhatsApp group, and then you will have a slew of people saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And then we will automatically send you our link so that way you have it, and there's not a delay in patient care. Okay, so that is our telemedicine protocol. Any questions for that so far? Great. Okay, so let's do a quick review for glabella. Stop screen share. And I'm going to pull up. SOPs. Okay. So we're going to do a quick recap on glabella. So really kind of through this 8-week session, I'm going to be kind of going over everything that we went over in training again, just to kind of reiterate everything and to answer any questions that you might have, but it'll be significantly condensed. So this is the same PowerPoint presentation that I went over in training. So quick recap of the mechanism of action for neurotoxin is that neurotoxin, it cleaves the SNAP25 or kind of cuts off that SNAP25. It is an acetylcholine inhibitor. It does take 14 days for that chemical reaction of that SNAP25 to be totally kind of sawed off or cut off. And then at around 6 to 8 weeks, that SNAP25 will slowly start to kind of grow back. And that's when that muscle will start to be able to fire again. So neurotoxin will begin to break down around that 6 to 8 week mark, but it does take a full 2 weeks for it to kick in. Now, according to the FDA, it does last 3 to 4 months, but I usually tell my patients 2 to 3 months because they'll start getting movement back at around 2 to 2.5 months or so. These are the different neurotoxins. Remember, onabotulinum toxin is Botox, obotulinum toxin is Dysport, incobotulinum toxin is going to be Xeomin, the Praba is going to be Jeuveau, and then the Daxi is going to be the Daxxify. Botox was the very first one to get FDA approval for cosmetic purposes, and then Dysport came in. Remember that Botox took that original botulism molecule and they added one protein coat to it to stabilize the molecule, and now you have Botox. What Dysport did is they took that original botulism molecule and they added 2 protein coats. However, that second protein coat that they added was a true cow's milk protein. That's why if you're allergic to it, you may not have Dysport. And then Jeuveau came in. They took that original botulism molecule. They genetically modified it with 1 protein coat. That's why I call it Botox's younger bionic sister. And then Daxxify finally came out, and what they did is they took that original botulism molecule and they added a peptide instead of proteins. These are all the different areas that you can be treated with neurotoxin. And then also, obviously, the muscles of the face. The glabella complex consists of really 2 kind of major muscles, and that's going to be procerus, which is that clam-shaped muscle right in the belly of the 11s, and then you have the core graders that kind of go up and out. You have the medial core graders, which is going to be right in the center, and then you have the lateral core graders, which is part of the tail. Please remember that as that core grader goes out, it gets thinner and more superficial. So you have to change the angle of how you're going to be injecting. That way you don't go through that tail of the core grader and accidentally hit the frontalis muscle that slips behind that glabella complex. If you do hit that frontalis muscle that slips behind the tail of the core graders, you will cause a lid ptosis. Okay, that's what will happen. So please make sure that you change that angle. The reason why that happened is because you're hitting the frontalis muscle. The frontalis is a depressor muscle group when you put neurotoxin into it. It can also seep into that levator muscle, which is helps hold open the eyelid. So really important that you change the angle. Or if you're really concerned about it, you can simply just do 3 injection points instead of the 5. Remember this, whenever you're assessing your patient, you're going to be looking at the static versus the dynamic lines. Static lines are the ones that you can see at rest. They're the ones that kind of are etched into the patient's skin. I kind of view them as scars almost. If a patient does have significant resting stasis, it does take a little bit for that to go away. So please let the patient know that that is not going to go away with 1 treatment. It might take several treatments for those lines to fully heal. These are the standard 5 pictures that you take. Remember, face relaxed, face frowning, eyebrows up, smile, smile. These are the big people that should not receive neurotoxin. Pregnant or breastfeeding women. Oh my goodness, sorry. Pregnant or breastfeeding women, it is considered a category C. If you have a previous allergy to neurotoxin, if you have a history of a neuromuscular condition such as MS or ALS, if you do have a true cow's milk protein, you can't receive Dysport. And then for vaccine status, remember it is we say within 2 weeks. These are the common side effects. Bruising, local infection, ptosis of the eyelid or brow, spock eye, headache, flu-like symptoms, asymmetry, and tenderness. How you reconstitute it. The big thing with Botox and Jeuveau, it is a vacuum sealed kind of light ring of powder at the very bottom of the vial. Now I'll post a picture later this evening so you know what that looks like. It almost looks like the bottle is empty. The bottle is not empty. Please do not throw it away. We had an injector throw it away one time because she thought it was empty. It is a fine kind of dust at the very bottom. Dysport, you can actually see the powder, where Jeuveau and Botox, you cannot see the powder. It is literally just a small, fine little ring around the bottle. You're going for Botox and Jeuveau. We here at MFL reconstitute with 2.5. With Dysport, you can either utilize 1.5 or 3. I use 3 in training. That's really kind of what we kind of used everything with at training. Let's recap over large, medium, and small muscle groups. We're talking about the glabella complex. So the glabella complex is the only large muscle group in the face. That means it can handle 10 fluid units into each injection point. This is where, remember, your Bible kind of comes into play, that 10 equals 4, 5 equals 2, and 2.5 equals 1. That is for Botox and Jeuveau. Dysport units equal fluid units, which makes it super simple. Okay, so we're going to use the glabella. So that is down here in the bottom left-hand corner. You can see I am pulling up 10 fluid units for this patient, and I'm going to do 1 right in the belly of Procerus, 1 in the medial corrugator, and then 1 at the very tail of the corrugator. Now, if I was using Dysport, I'm going to pull up 10 fluid units, and I'm going to chart 10 fluid unit or 10 Dysport units. If I'm using Jeuveau or Botox, I would simply pull up the same amount of fluid. I'm going to pull up 10 fluid units and inject. But then for charting purposes, I would chart 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Please give me a thumbs up if this makes sense and you remember this from training. Excellent. Very good. These are the different patterns for the glabella complex. Again, you are going to inject them the very same way. So you have the belly of the Procerus, and then you have the corrugators. Okay, that is it for our glabella review. And we will continue to review over the next few weeks. So let's talk about the launch party. So you're going to be getting ready for your launch parties over the next couple of weeks. Everyone at this point has already had MFL Day. And MFL Day, again, was your virtual onboarding session. And I know Ashley talked about your launch party. The biggest thing that I can tell you is to over-invite, okay? You must treat a minimum of 4 patients at your launch party, and all of those patients do count towards your numbers. So please know that. You will get paid for your launch party. There is also special pricing. They get the VIP pricing for your launch party as well. So please over invite. So if you need to have 4 people there, invite 15, because you always know that things come up. People, you know, their kid gets sick, their car breaks down or whatever. Please over invite for your launch party. I've had several injectors where they actually get out of probation at their launch party because they inject 8 patients. At my last onboarding group, I think I had a girl, I think she injected like 12 people at her launch party. So great way to kind of, you know, launch your business. So just please over invite for that. You can make it as fancy or as low key as you want. Some people do balloon arches and have, you know, mimosas, and they have, you know, music, and they have, you know, decorations. And some people, they just literally, they have it at their house, and they have their patients come, and their patients are scheduled, and it's boom, 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 boom. So whatever way you would like to do it, there is no wrong way. So please know that. I would recommend having one person there as a designated photographer. That way they can take pictures of you while you're injecting, so you can use that for marketing purposes. Okay, so let's talk about your marketing homework for this week. So all medical people in general, we are really not good at marketing ourselves. So we have to kind of start somewhere. So this is the best way that we have found to let people know kind of what their network is, and to learn how to tap into their own, what we call their warm and their cold market. So you're going to start with something called your Frank list. And please write this down. Frank stands for, the F stands for friends. The R stands for relatives. The A stands for acquaintances. The N stands for neighbors, and the K stands for kid mom friends or kid parents. Now, once you have people broken down into these categories, you are simply going to start adding people into these different categories. So think of your friends, and you're going to add 10 friends. Think of your relatives, add 10 relatives, and really just kind of go through that. So this week's homework is you are going to create your frank list. You do not have to show me your frank list, but you are going to be reaching out to at least 10 people on your frank list. This is considered your warm market. Your cold market, and we're going to start having you tap into your cold market in the next few weeks. Those are going to be people that you do not know. So yeah, that's when you're going to start utilizing some of your friends' networks, or you're going to have you join networking groups or Facebook groups or Instagram rooms or whatever. So this week we're focusing on your warm market because those are the people that are going to kind of help get you up and running in your business. So that is it for this week. You are going to create your frank list. You are then going to also, you need to upload a screenshot of your AR patient, that test patient. That is it for this week. So we're going to kind of work your way into kind of some of the bigger asks that we're going to have you do kind of throughout this program. So start just kind of getting a mental note of who your warm market is, and start planning your launch party. So that is everything for this week. Now, this call is going to be posted to your Facebook page, shows to your onboarding group Facebook page. If you have any questions, please ask all the questions on that onboarding group. We'll have you start asking questions on that MFL all injector page once we get you out of kind of probation. That way we're not kind of, bogging down that page with new injector questions, and we can just really kind of focus on you and make sure that we can give you as many resources as possible as a brand new injector. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the recording and I will post it. If you have any questions, please feel free to stay on, and I will stay on for the next couple of minutes and answer your questions.